G'day, good morning traders. It's Jimmy Trades. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having a cracker of a start to your day. Ready for our daily dose of market analysis. Please remember to sub to the channel, like the video if you're enjoying the content, and click that notification bell. That way when I do upload any videos, you get the pleasure of seeing them and being alerted to them. We'll start with just quickly discussing prop firms. Nothing major, but I just need to bring your attention to my funded futures have changed their discounting procedure. So when you use my code, or anyone's affiliate code for that matter, you will only receive the standard discount, the usual 5% discount, if you use the played payment system, which is essentially their ACH process. So if you want to use credit card or crypto, I think is their other option, you won't get the 5% discount. You will be able to still use my code and it will continue to support me, but you just won't get the 5% discount unless you use the played process. And I would encourage you, if you can, do so. If you can't and you're still buying my funded futures evals, I would greatly appreciate if you still used my code. That would help support me and helps me produce these videos and etc. You will still get, when they do sales, so when my funded futures do sales, like the current milestone plan, if you want to take advantage of the 25,000 milestone plan, you will get 25% off with code Jimmy right now. I think tomorrow's the last day on that. So you don't need to use the played system. You can use the credit card process or whichever is your preferred payment method, and you will still get the 25% off. So it's just that standard 5% discount that you can get with code Jimmy. It's only moving forward on the played payment system. All right, so I just wanted to clear that up if there's any confusion. If you're still going to purchase regardless of the 5% discount or not, if you continue to use code Jimmy, that would still support me, so I'd greatly appreciate that. Also, we've got NFP this week, so if you want to grab some Apex accounts, do so. Great for expediting as well, and you can expedite the my funded futures too. If you're going to do that, I suggest just taking a couple of trades, a couple of small trades, and then expedite. All right, now that that's out the way, let's move on over to, just want to share this with you. Earnings whispers. I was meant to bring this up earlier in the week, but we do have some big market, 6 of the top 7 firms here are having earnings. So we've got earnings after close today for Microsoft and Meta. We missed AMD and Alphabet yesterday, but then Thursday we have Amazon and Apple also after close. So these big market movers, okay? So whatever results these guys produce will affect the market. So I just wanted to draw your attention to that. Moving over to the news now, and we have 8:15 news and 8:30 news today. So we've got non-farm employment change and advanced GDP. So it doesn't really affect our conditions today in the sense that we only execute after open anyway. So we just need to wait till 9:30 open, and then we can look for a position. Okay, moving over to the charts now, and I will just mention that I did a video today that I released today, a trade recap video on the NQ long that I took Tuesday AM session. If you have any questions about the entry, not having an FVG, why I took the trade, etc., I cover it all in that video. So jump over to that video. I'll link it in this video up the top somewhere. Go and check it out, and there's some good information in there. All right, so jump into that trade review and check it out. All right, let's get on with today's analysis. So the first thing that does stand out to me is this bullish unicorn that we have here on NQ. This is the daily time frame. We have an FVG aligned, and we do have a very nice close outside of the breaker. So with this information, we do see that today's candle has already swept previous day high. So, you know, I'd be leaning a bit cautiously on being bullish. What I potentially see happening here is a move back into the range. We'll test this breaker before continuing higher. So continuing to use the simple process of our most recent information. What do we have? Price moved from internal to external. We swept external, and we weren't able to close beyond that wick high either. So then I would be looking for price to come back inside to the range today, like I just pointed out, have this move lower before continuing higher. So let's work with the most recent information, and we'll look at bearish today. Keeping in mind, we already closed this gap, but we have swept previous day high as well. So I'll be looking, if price does move lower, then I'll be looking to see if we respect the 50% level of the candle body from yesterday. Now, if we were to project this manipulation here, we could see our target, our sort of first target level is this high here, and that would get us to all-time highs once again. We know ES has already been there. It's NQ's turn now, and we do have this low resistance liquidity here as well. And that's not to say we don't have a pullback today. We'll see what price wants to do. But that's what I'm looking at, potentially coming back into the range before we move out and testing this breaker here. Let's duck down to the hourly, clear our charts. So we have a bullish change in the state of delivery here. We had the bearish change in the state of delivery, and price started to move away, but that's now been invalidated. So we're going to be working from this bullish change in the state of delivery. Let's run our projections from there. And you can see that we've nearly reached the -2 Okay, so what we want to see is if price can move up into this range, this would be target area, excuse me. And then we can get a close above the -2.5. We can look for continuation up to the max extension. So for today, if we do get the move back into the range like I was talking about on the daily, then we want to see price respecting this bullish change in the state of delivery. At the moment, we're still bullish. We have a lot of liquidity through here. There's no, that we have this void, or this IFEG, sorry, this FEG rather, here for potential price to move into and bounce away from, or we have this one that is a bit lower down in a discount. So that would be still in a premium. And then we have this one. And you know, this would be a good level for price to reach into the discount, and also testing the change in the state of delivery. Hopping over to ES. So price has been moving from this bullish FEG. Potentially targeting this external level. And again, furthermore to all-time highs. Price has already swept previous day high and Monday's high as well. So potential, you know, following NQ, potential to move back into the range. I would anticipate if that was going to happen, then I'd want to see price respecting 50% of this wick, okay, before a move higher. I'm going to sit bearish today. Let's see if price does move back in and find support in this buyer's wick. So we do have a change in the state of delivery. It's not quite as convincing as NQ. We do have the FEG here in this leg, but for the most part, it's pretty choppy. But again, this is also a bullish unicorn. We do have the FEG aligned and a close above. So let's see what price does. If in fact it does come lower, then let's see if price has a willingness to find support here and continue to move higher. We're going to look at CL. A little bit tricky. Like I really want to see this gap filled. We've got virtually zero wick to the top side, which is a strong draw on liquidity with this large gap. That's where I would like to see price, but we seem to continue lower here. Yesterday wasn't convincing. We did find support though at the 50% level of this buyer's wick. And it's looking more likely to me that we may continue to move lower. You know, we were looking at this as our sweep of the external, the swing low. And granted, you know, we had this buyer's wick and it was looking convincing enough that we might respect this, but we've now closed. We've closed below that, below the previous day low. We closed below that. We have swept. We haven't been able to sweep the high of yesterday, but we have swept the opening price. So we may continue to move lower here, and I'd be looking for this as a target. I'm going to go with bearish. Let's have a look at the hourly, see if the hourly gives us a little bit more information. So we see price pushed up into this bearish FEG. Again, respecting bearish PD arrays. Also here. Nothing convincing in this leg either. We don't really see a change in the state of delivery. And it just doesn't jump out at me. So I'm not going to say that there is one. So using this information here, looking for price to continue to move lower during today's session. I'm just going to roll through these on the daily. So 6E, Euro futures, we did move to an external, this swing high. Price has done that today. So with that in mind, we can look for price to move lower. Sweeping external or a swing high, then we would have a bearish bias. So it's a bearish bias for me today on Euro futures. And if price does continue lower, then this large buyer's wick here, we'll be watching to see how price reacts to the 50% level of that wick. Move over to gold. So gold hit our target yesterday, which was this high. So we're into new all-time high territory once again. We had a very convincing close above this high as well. So I'm going to stay bullish. We're using the trend. The trend is our friend till the end of the trend. What we may do, or what we may see, is we've got this large gap here, and we may see price pull back into this and then continue to push higher. Gee, Dixie almost completed that, didn't it? So close. A little bit choppy here. we're between PD arrays, bullish PD array, bearish PD array, and we're just chopping around. So I want to see Dixie pick a direction here. If price had have reached this, then I would, definitively say then I'm bearish, but we haven't. Price was unable to do so. Let's have a quick look at YM. So we are getting that move lower. So we had that idea. Price did push up. It took the previous day high. Didn't quite get up into the bearish FEG, but that's all right. Our idea remained the same, and we will continue to look for price to reach this low. Russell moving from this bearish FEG. So again, looking for price to move to this swing low inside a bearish FEG, so IRL to ERL. Having a look at GU. We've started to get a move. We'll look for price to continue to push higher. The only caveat there is that we did already sweep previous day high. Coming back into the range and currently testing the 50% level of that range. So potential here, if price can find support here to continue on higher, we'll stick with a bullish bias for GU. Rightio guys, thank you for tuning in. Remember to sub, remember to like, turn that notification bell on. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for all your support. And remember to go and check out that trade recap video. All right, the link was at the beginning of this video, but you'll be able to find it in my playlists anyway, in the trade recap playlist. All right guys, have a fantastic Wednesday. Safe trading. If you're sticking with NFP protocol, then you won't be trading today or tomorrow or Friday. Be safe. Expedite those evals. That's a good one. And take care. Bye for now.